Hey guys, Pete with Crunch Time Coaching. Today we're going to be analyzing Frances Tiafoe's forehand. Very awkward forehand to me, but then when you break it down, super effective and, checks a lot of the boxes that you want to hit a great forehand. He's certainly got a great forehand. Also like to know your opinion of Tiafoe as a player. Do you like him? I kind of wish he'd win more. He's starting to do pretty well. Did well at the U.S. Open. Got to the finals this past week, lost to Rev. It was interesting. He beat Sinner, one of the up-and-comers, and Sinner actually didn't like how much he got the crowd involved. He thought it was overdoing it. But to me, I'm like, well, we kind of need more of that. We need more personalities. We need to get the crowd more involved. We need, people who have the ability to inspire and get people behind them. So I personally like Tiafoe a lot. Now, when I watch his forehand, I'm going, there's something weird about his forehand. I can't pick up what it is. But then when I was watching in slow motion right here, I want to get into it. So let's get right into it. So one thing that is, not traditional compared to especially most people out there playing tennis, you notice on his first turn, his first move he makes, he actually points his racket out to his opponent. Okay, so you can see he's getting a unit turn here, but his racket is pointed out to his opponent, and his strings are facing the ground. Okay, now most pros are actually going to get eventually to a place where their strings face the ground. A lot of recreational players never get there. So this is a pretty interesting move, and I think the thing that's kind of different that maybe a lot of pros don't do is how much he kind of like relaxes and coils his wrist. Notice that his wrist kind of moves in this downward slope here. He actually points his wrist down, I think a little bit more than even most pros do. So I think this is something that's, I notice other pros do it too. They're starting to do it more and more, but I think that this is actually something, as you can see that right there. Let's bring this in, and we're going to clear that out. Take a look at the way he holds his wrist here. Now, I think that for a lot of people, this could ruin their timing and mess them up. But for certain people, this might be something that you might want to try, because I think it really helps you kind of flip the racket around quickly and create a lot of racket head speed. So I think that this little move right here, what he's doing with his wrist, is actually a power move that could work for some people. This is like either make or break your forehand, and it could actually mess it up a lot if you can't really do this. I think also this is probably better for people who have more of an aggressive grip, like a strong semi-western, even full western grip. Look at how the racket again is now actually facing us. It's pointing to us here. And it's almost like coming back to the corner fence. So again, this is a move, the way he's kind of just holding and almost like dangling his wrist. I think this is more than even what you're going to see most people do. Most people on the pro tour, they don't do that. They actually have their racket more like it's like they're laying it on a table. So he's really exaggerating this move, but the benefit of it is right here when he snaps into the ball. Okay, so the benefit of doing this is just coming here and then really whipping and snapping through the ball, creating a lot of racket head speed. Also, to kind of, if you were to do this, maybe play around and practice this, okay? It's not like you have to change your forehand to this, but to get into this position, I think you do have to hold your racket extremely loose. It's very hard to get your wrist in this position like he's got it and be in a death grip. The more you're in a death grip, your racket face and your wrist is naturally going to be pointing up and not get into this nice relaxed position. So that's another benefit, is the ability to be super relaxed and then flip it into the ball. The boxes that he checks, even though it looks a little unorthodox, the boxes that he does check that are just solid fundamentals, every pro, even if they have something that's unique to them, they all have solid fundamentals. Okay, so what box is he checking? First of all, he gets himself early right away. You can see that ball's coming over the net. He's already getting his racket ready. A lot of players that I coach, the ball will be bouncing like right around there, and they still don't have the racket ready and haven't recognized. So he recognized the ball early. Now that it's bouncing right here, he's basically ready to hit, and he's in his unit turn. You can see that he's using his offhand nicely. Okay, so he's getting ready to point to the ball, and he does what they would call, the new ATP forehand or next gen forehand, to where he keeps everything on the hitting side. Okay, so his racket's out here on the hitting side. Like if you were watching Maria Sharapova, she'd basically have a racket back here, and then when she'd go to hit, the racket would actually cross the plane of her body and be somewhere over here, right? Pretend that's like a racket. A lot of players used to bring their racket that far back. Now that you're seeing that the game is faster, the back swings are actually shorter. So he's keeping his racket way out here to the side, which Roger Federer kind of made popular. I think a lot of people basically model their forehands after Roger Federer and are very similar. So he's similar in that regard, to where he's way out there, and then when he's getting ready to hit, he just flips, and now he's got his racket butt. So from this point on, it's pretty much what you're going to see every pro do. His racket butt is now pointing to the tennis ball, and now he's in that power position or the wrist lag position. His strings are facing the ground. I mean, everything from here on out is pretty much what you're going to see every pro do. He's got a slight bent arm forehand, not a straight arm forehand. What do I mean by that? His arm's a little bent there at contact, but he's got pretty good spacing, as you can see, and he's rotating through the ball. And as you're seeing this, you can see his hips and his swing connecting at the same time. So it's a nice smooth swing. And then notice how the racket face never really opens up. As the ball is gone, his racket face is closing right away. So that's going to keep him from spraying a lot of balls. And he turns over and he finishes in what I call, which is a great follow through, I call this the sideways hello, to where his racket face, it's like it's almost saying hello to somebody over there. So, you can see that he's got some things that are unorthodox, but there's a reason behind it. And then once he goes into actually the hitting phase of the stroke, everything's pretty traditional as far as in a modern sense, what you're going to see almost every single pro do. So if you like this video and you want to see more videos like it, give this video a like right here. And don't forget to subscribe. We went over 50,000 subscribers. So now, how quick can we get to 75, 100,000 subscribers? That'd be fun. Thanks so much for watching this video. It's Pete from Crunch Time Coaching signing off. Let me know what you think of Francis's forehand, and what do you think of him as a player? Do you like him? Do you not like him? And give a reason why or why not. Take care. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching this video.